Hello, hello. We are live. Welcome to Cooking with Chef Frank. My name is Frank Kramer, and I'm the host of Cooking with Chef Frank. I'm also the founder of Eat Like a Vegan Chef. And welcome to today's Cooking with Chef Frank. So today we're going to cook our lemon juice, which everyone is talking about. And we're also going to talk about um, the Christmas or holiday meal, what I'm planning to do today. So it's a roast, which actually reflects or is similar to a duck dish, but I don't like to use the word duck. And that's why so this is what we're going to cook about. Okay, let me say hello to everyone here. Hi, Anjana. Hi, Connie. Hi, Susan. Hi, Stacy. Hi, Mary. How are you guys doing? Hi, Adriana. Welcome to today's Cooking with Chef Frank. We have Odalis. Hello, welcome on Instagram. Okay, for all those who watch us on YouTube, don't forget to click the like button if you enjoy Cooking with Chef Frank. And if you want to see more, just subscribe to the channel. I really appreciate it. That helps me grow the channel. Hi, Mildred. Hi, Vicky. Long time no see, Vicky. Hi, Celeste. Hi, Mildred. Hi, Kimberly. Hi, Joan. Wow, coming in fast. Okay, great. Um, Good. Okay, let me repeat what I said earlier. I'm going to uh, I'm going to cook, or let's say I'm going to prepare the lemon water what we have every morning on for breakfast. So I'm going to do this, and then I'm going to prepare a holiday dish which resembles a duck breast. So since we don't cook any animal products, I don't want to use the word duck breast. I could have said it's a vegan duck dish, but I'm just going to call it a holiday roast, and I will make it look like a vegan duck breast, but I just don't like to use that word. It just we I think we as vegans we have to come up with our own language, and I see this so often that everyone is saying, oh, this is a vegan chicken dinner, this is a beef roast, vegan beef roast, and I think we need to get away from that. We just need to forget about all these animal those animals pronunciations or descriptions out there, because this is not what we do. We do vegan dishes, and I know if anyone has a great idea how to name this, feel free to let me know. But for now, actually, to be honest, I came up with this dish this morning, and I said, you know what, I have to cook something, in the holiday spirit, so to speak. And so I say, you know what, because when we used to cook holiday dishes, duck was always on the menu, or most of the times. So I said, you know what, let me do something similar like that. And that's what I'm going to do today. So this roast, I'm going to serve it with steamed fennel, uh, cranberries, mango and cranberries, and a beautiful sauce, what matches our vegan roast. Okay. Crystal is asking for cheesecake. Okay, you know what? I gotta be honest. I am not a fan of cheesecake because it's there's so much fun in there. And okay, I'll think about it. I'll think about it. Um, okay, great. So let's get cooking. I don't want to keep you too long because I started a little late today because I had a leak in my roof, and it's just a headache. So I'm trying to get it fixed. Okay, good. Welcome again, everyone. So I'm going to start with the lemon water, and so that you all know what it is, what we're always talking about. So for those who are not in our membership, we have a lemon juice what we drink every morning, and so we do this from organic lemon. We cut up the entire lemon and wash it obviously thoroughly, and then put it in a blender with a little water, and then we pour it in little ice trays. And every morning we take 1 or 2 cubes out and have them with a little bit of warm water. So that's how we drink our lemon water. It has, using the lemon rind and the seeds has a lot more health benefits than if you would just use the lemon juice itself. And obviously you get all the fibers with this as well, so which is great. Okay. Jacqueline is saying the first time years ago I wouldn't eat a vegan burger because I don't want to eat meats. Why have something that looks like it? Yeah, you're right. Okay. Yes, Tasha, we use the seeds and the entire lemon. So I want to show you. I already cut it up here, the lemon, but I want to show you what I did with it. And also a little trick when you go in a supermarket, when you look for citrus fruits, for instance, very often you look for the most beautiful ones. That is not necessarily the juiciest ones. So when you look for juicy lemon, juicy oranges, grapefruits, whatever it is, you want to look for the weight. So when you weigh them, okay, one is heavier than the other one. Okay, when you do this, the ones which is heavier has the most juice. How often do you buy oranges or lemons and then one of them is totally dry? And that happens very often if you get them in a net or in a bag, so you cannot test them. That's the reason why they sell them in nets or in bags. So they take 4 good ones and 1 bad one. I'm not saying that that's a practice, but it's always the same. I go in a supermarket and I'm in a rush. I just take a net. There's always 1 bad in there, and to me that's the practice they must be doing. So I think it's a good idea if you buy them individually and just weigh them and see, oh, okay, this is heavier than the other one. That's how you see which one has the most juice. So they're also fresher and you get a better quality. Even though there are some exceptions to the rules when you get the heavier one, which could be which could be also spoiled inside. It happened this to me too. So, but at least the heavier one has the most juice. Okay, so what I'm going to do is for the lemon, I'm going to cut off. I gotta adjust my camera a little bit more here. Cut off the ends, both ends, and then obviously this is after I thoroughly washed them. They're organic lemons. Do not do this with regular lemons because you get a dose of the pesticides in here. Cut it in half. Inspect them that there's nothing brown in there, like spoiled, and cut them again in quarters. Okay. Be careful, don't cut yourself. But that's how you do it. You see, you want to see a beautiful color inside. Okay, that's what you want to see. Because after all, we are eating or drinking those, without cooking or anything. So you want to make sure that you get top-notch quality in here. Good. Okay, I'm going to do it in my NutriBullet. You can do it in your Vitamix or any other blender. The more powerful they are, the better. I'm going to do 2 batches. Now I'm going to add a little bit of water to it. You want to use good water. Just so that I have enough to blend it. You see how much water I put in there? Can you see? It's about three quarter of the lemons I have in water. So 1 part lemon, 3/4 water. Okay, so this is how your lemon mixture is going to look like foam, so to speak. But oh, it smells absolutely incredible. I don't mind if there's any seeds left in there. When I drink my water, they're going to go to the bottom, and that's it. So what I do is I'm just going to fill it in. And you want to do this as quick as possible because the pulp is going to separate from the water. Okay. Okay, that's good. You see? Some of that? Okay. I'm live right now.
I'm telling you with that, I'll do the ceiling.
Okay, good. Okay. Okay. Give me 1 second.
I'll say a little water dry.
No, this will be right over there. You want to put it on there? You mind? Thank you so much. No, I gotta get you the money. Thank you. I apologize. I have the workers in the house and I couldn't do it any other day. Okay, good. So now we're going to freeze it. You want to wrap it up with a little plastic over and then freeze it. Okay, I'm going to do the next batch later. Good. Okay. See if we have any comments here. Okay. Melissa's asking when is week number 12 coming. I'm working on it. I'll try my best to upload it late tonight, if not early in the morning. I've been swamped with work lately, but I will. What I'm going to do is in the future, I'm working on that I publish all menus Wednesday night. So for those of you who need to go shopping earlier, you can do that. Okay, good. Let's get going. Okay, so the next one is I'm going to start with my cranberries because they're going to take a few minutes to cook. I mean, everyone knows cranberry sauce, so to speak. I just like to add mangoes to it because they're a great combination. So I washed my cranberries. I'm gonna add them to my pot. And I'm gonna do a few. Okay. I'm going to add just a little bit of water to it, so they don't burn on the bottom. and I got some really nice mangoes today. I really prefer these mangoes. They grow all over the Caribbean, and these are actually, I mean, I always say that I don't want to purchase fruits which come from miles and miles and miles away, and that's true. So since this is a treat for Christmas, it's a little different. I'm making a little exception, but I prefer these mangoes. I worked in the Caribbean for over almost 7 years, and I love these mangoes. These mangoes are the most tastiest mangoes out there. I really love them. I'm gonna cut it along the stone. This is the stone. Like, you want to make sure that, and then I'm just gonna cut along the skin and peel it this way. There are many ways to peel a mango. This is just a fast one. I'm gonna slice it and dice it. Now I'm gonna put it with the cranberries. Can you see? Okay, that's it. Just want to show you what I did. Okay, so I added the cranberries to the pot, the mangoes, a little bit of water, and some cinnamon. Okay, okay, so now I'm going to let it cook over medium heat. Okay, good. And I like to add a couple. Okay. So I'll put my mangoes away here. Okay, now we're going to start with our roast. Okay, for the roast, we're going to saute onions and garlic, as usual, oil-free. Okay, so I'm going to add onions to the pan. And I do this over high heat. Put some garlic to it. Okay. Okay. Yeah, you can watch the replay. Yeah, and you know, any Cooking with Chef Frank is also on YouTube. Susan is saying smooth inside, no strings in those mangoes. No, no, they're beautiful. Is this recipe? The recipe will be available. Yeah, I'm going to publish them in the library. Yeah. Is that a whole bag? I almost put a whole bag in. I couldn't fit any more in. It was about 3/4. But you can definitely use the whole bag. Thank you, Sharon. Okay. Any other questions here? Let me just check. Okay. Good. And as we discussed the other day, I always add just a little bit of water to hydrate the onions so they don't burn. Okay. Good. Now I'm going to add my carrots, celery, and I add a little fennel to it. Okay. Okay. So now this is what I'm doing. I'm gonna saute my onions. Literally, really just a little bit, maybe two, not even a quarter cup of each, less than that. This is just to give them a little flavor. Tasha has a good point here. What about the food shortages? I believe that we have, that's a good point, but I believe that we have the most ingredients are ready. So we should always have carrots available, mushrooms should be available. All these things which are grown in greenhouses, they should be all available. Beans and legumes, they should be all available. Yeah. So from that point of view, I'm trying to cook ingredients which are readily available. So this is a holiday treat. So this is different than our regular dishes. Remember, I try to cook sustainably. This is a holiday treat. Okay. I just don't want to do a simple dish and then call it a holiday treat. Okay. So don't, mix it up with my regular cooking. Yeah, Susan, you're saying it was a little bit of vegetables. Yes, because I will post the recipes, the original, the right recipe, but I just cook for myself right now, so I don't need that many vegetables, and I just want to see you what I'm cooking, and so you have an idea. Okay, now I'm adding mushrooms, Bella mushrooms, the baby Bella. Almost a cup. Okay, so basically I would put a half a cup of onions, a little less than a quarter cup of carrots and celery, and literally maybe 2 tablespoons of celery. This is the celery I'm talking about. I only use this part here, not this here. I use just this here. Okay, and it's okay if you put the fennel in there. Okay. So now I'm going to add a little bit of 5 spice. Everyone knows 5 spice. It's a Chinese blend. Or probably a quarter teaspoon. And this is Chinese spice is very often used in duck recipes, but in particular in Chinese cuisine, but also in many holiday dishes. So it smells absolutely incredible. There's a little anise in there, a little cinnamon. It's just beautiful. Okay. So what I'm trying to do is I'm gonna roast my mushrooms so I get a little flavor, meaning I want to caramelize my mushrooms. That's important now. I want to keep an eye on my cranberries, put them to low. It's cooking nicely. Okay, so today I bought fennel and I'm just going to steam it. But I wanted to show you what I did with the fennel. So I just cut it in half, and I'm going to show you in a few minutes how I steam it. I'm going to add just a little bit of water so my mushrooms don't turn, but still caramelize. Okay, let's see if we have any questions. Yeah, you can use you said celery. Did I say celery? Oh my goodness. Did I really say celery? I meant fennel. Really? Okay, so that's the fennel. I apologize. Yeah, you see, I would just use coriander if you want to use it. A little bit of cinnamon, cloves you could use. That should work. You could also use allspice if you don't use 5-spice. You know, I guess there's one spice in there which you don't like, so you could also use 2 or 3 spices out of these spices. Because what I really like in these spices is the anise flavor, which is beautiful, and the anise works perfectly with the celery. And I'm going to make a sauce later on, which is made with fennel as well. So those 2 components really fit nicely. Okay. So once my mushrooms are caramelized, I'm going to add the pinto beans to it, and then we're going to finish the roast. I want to show you how to make the roast. It is very similar to the loaf what I did for Thanksgiving, but it's slightly different, and the taste is very, very different. Yeah, you can find 5-spice anywhere. You know, it's just it's fennel, it's not fennel, it's anise spice, it's cinnamon, it's ginger. What else? Cloves. Yeah, that's it. That's what 5-spice is about. Okay, so now I'm going to add my beans. So I added about 3 ounces of mushrooms and 4 cups of pinto beans. I'll add a little water to it. Cranberries are okay. So what I'm going to do is this here. You're probably wondering how this can be a roast. After I saute my pinto beans for about 5 to 10 minutes, I'm going to add flax meal to it, and I'm going to puree some of it and mix it back in it. And then, because of the flax meal, it's going to be it's going to stick, and that's when I'm going to mold little, steaks like or duck breast like roast. Okay, I'm going to add some nutritional yeast to it, about 2 tablespoons. Okay. Yes, anise is sort of licorice. Yeah, sort of. Yeah. Yeah, no, not everyone is fan of licorice, but cooked right, it tastes really, really nice. Oh, smells nice, really nice. Okay, so let me cook this for a few more minutes. I'm going to prepare the fennel, not celery. I'm going to cut it off here, right here. I'm going to cut off the bottom of the root just slightly. I don't want to cut it too much, but I want to get rid of the brown root. So now I have 2 pieces. I make sure that they're properly washed, and then I'm going to steam them in the Instant Pot. So that's one thing I have to worry less. I'm just going to put them in my I don't know if you can see this. This is my steam tray. Bring it over here. Now if you can see that. So I'm going to put my fennel right in here. I have water in here already. I had heated it up earlier, so it's going to be really quick. Okay. So now I'm going to put it to steam. And I'm only going to let it steam for maybe 2-3 minutes. Since this is hot, it's going to steam in no time. Now let's make it 2 minutes and see if that's enough. Okay, good. That's it. Tiny little bit of water. Because I have some, you see, sometimes the good stuff is on the bottom of the pan, so I want to make sure that I loosen it and bring it back into the bean mixture. Because that's where the flavor is in. And then I'm going to use my blender. I'm going to add some of the beans. Okay, I'm going to turn it off. Because I'd like to have some kind of texture in here. So for about half of it, I'm gonna blend it. My bullet, Nushi bullet. I gotta add a little bit of water to it. Just give it a little spin so it becomes a little creamier. And I'm going to add it back to my beans. Just got to be careful, it's very hot. And some blender cups don't take heat very well, so you have to be sure that your blender can take the heat. Also, when you blend it, you have to be very careful when you open up the blender. The heat sometimes, makes the bean mixer shoot out the blender, so you have to be very careful. It's better to rest it a little bit and then you blend it. Okay. Mix it up. And now I'm going to add my flax meal to it. Probably almost half a cup. It actually works better if you don't puree it too much, then the bean mixture sticks much better together. But that's fine. If it doesn't stick, we can actually add a little bit of spelt flour to it, and that will really bind it. I'm going to add a little bit more. Okay. Yeah, that should be good. Let it cool out a little bit. So that's how it looks like. It doesn't look very appetizing right now, but it's gonna look better later once we cook it. Turn on my oven, 400 degrees. My cranberries are cooking nicely. I don't know if you can see this. Looking nice. They're not ready yet, but they're cooking. So my fiber just started to steam. From now on, 2 minutes. I think it should be done. So in the meanwhile, we're going to cook the sauce for the roast. Before we do that, I'm just going to mold my little vegan roasts. Let me do it in such a way you can see it. So I want to make sure that they look like little duck breast or roast, whatever you want to call it. I'll make 3. Okay. So now I'm just gonna mold them in such a way that they look like a little duck breast. So with a little imagination, they look like little duck breasts. Okay. Okay, that's how it looks like. I'm gonna put them in the oven now. Let it cook for probably 30 minutes. I'll take them out earlier if we have everything done here. My funnel is ready. I hope it's ready. Okay. If there's any questions here. Okay, good. So I let my funnel cool out, and meanwhile I'm going to make the sauce for my roast. So we use onions again over high heat. Garlic. And this sauce I'm going to puree later. So it's going to be a smooth sauce. So I'm going to add some carrots in here, some celery, some fennel and mushrooms. But for this sauce, it is very important that I caramelize everything thoroughly. So I want to get enough flavor into the sauce. Yeah, you see the thing is, Stephanie, you have a good point. She said, love the idea of using flax instead of vital gluten. You see, there are fantastic meals out there with vital gluten, but I think there's also a lot of people who want to stay away from gluten, and especially during weight loss, you want to stay away from gluten, and I think it's lighter on you. It's lighter on your body. Flax meal is so much healthier for you than the wheat, the gluten. So I think it's more beneficial for you. Any water? celery. Let's see how that looks. Yeah, perfecto. Beautiful. Mm. This is how my panel looks, and I want to keep it this way. I want to make sure it stays up so I can decorate with this did I say celery? Fennel. Good. So now I'm going to add my carrots. And I always hydrate it. As soon as I see the water is gone and it's starting to caramelize, that's when I add a little water. Okay. Thank you, Joanne. That's so nice. It smells really good. It smells really, really good. And I'm not just saying it. You know, the pipe spice, the celery, the fennel, I'm sorry, it really tastes, it really smells good. And the cranberries, I mean. Nice. Coming, it's almost there. Very nice. You see how my cranberries look like? Almost there. Almost there. I don't know if you can see it, but you can see it. One second, I just gotta open the door. Sorry. Okay. Okay, so now I'm going to add my mushrooms. And the mushrooms are really there to give me the flavor. Mushrooms are perfect to give you flavor for sauce. Dried shiitake mushrooms are the best. This is the best what you can use for, you know, get flavor into a sauce. That's because of the umami flavor in there. The more umami you have, the more flavor you have in your sauce. And a little water. Okay. Okay. I'm going to add some more fennel. and some orange. I'm also adding rosemary. I'm going to chop it and add it to the sauce. This is how my little mixture looks right now. It's absolutely amazing how it smells. That's good. Porcini mushrooms, yeah, porcini, you can use too, absolutely, yeah. Yeah, you can use. Jacqueline is asking for if we can use porcini mushrooms, dry. Yeah, absolutely. Yes, frozen mango would work too for the cranberries, absolutely. Yes, Jacqueline is asking, can I add flax meal instead of flour? I only add flax meal, only. What I'm saying is if you had too much liquid in there, you could use spelt flour. Okay. Okay, now I'm going to add my tomato paste. Just a little, probably a teaspoon. And I only do that to get my color into the sauce. Obviously flavor as well. Now I'm going to add just a little bit more allspice. I want to make sure that my ingredients caramelize thoroughly so I get enough flavor into the sauce. So I can add those 4 pieces of oranges I'm going to remove later on. but I'm just going to add them so I can add a little bit orange flavor to my sauce. I want to make sure I catch all the flavor what's sticking to the pan here. So I think my cranberries are done. They are a little tart, so if you want it a little sweeter, you could add dates, dried dates, or you could add a little bit of maple syrup if you like, or agave syrup, just to sweeten it up if you want. Or you just add more mangoes. Another good point is if you blend it, that's when you get it much sweeter, because now you're gonna mix the sugar from the mangoes together with the cranberries. So that's another way you could do that. Or can you use gluten-free on purpose in place of? Absolutely, yeah, absolutely, yep, you can. But I didn't use spelt. I didn't use spelt so far. I'm only saying it if you have too much liquid in your roast or in the sauce. That's when you can use that. But I didn't use any. It's just it's an alternative. If you don't have enough. If you cannot thicken it good enough, then you add a little bit of the flour. But you could use anyone. You could use chickpea flour. You could use almond flour. Doesn't matter. They all work. You see how dark the sauce became? I don't know if you can see this, but it's really dark now, and that's the caramelization in here, and of course the tomato paste. Okay, so we're almost there. Almost there. So I'm ready to put it into the blender. Just clean the blender. I'm going to take out my orange pieces. I'm going to add just a little bit of soy sauce to it. You can use tamari for gluten-free or low sodium soy sauce for less salt. Just gonna tiny bit more. Okay. I'm going to blend these here. Okay, just clean my pan. And I just puree all my ingredients for my sauce. Add this to it. And this is how my liquid looked like from the sauce. Isn't it amazing? I'm going to add this back to it. I had separate the sauce from the carrots and the mushrooms and the onions. And now I'm going to bring it back together. Okay. So if the sauce is too tart or not sweet enough, you can always add a few dates, chopped dates, or you can add, if you want, you can add a little bit of maple syrup, just a tiny little bit. Okay, so let me check where my roast is. It's really browning right now. Okay. Orange juice. So as I as I mentioned this earlier, I this morning I thought about this dish. So I literally created it this morning, and I'm testing it out as we speak. Good. This is good. This is good. Let's see how I roast this. The roast really needed to cook at least another 15 minutes or so, but I'm going to take it out anyway because I don't want to keep you any longer. Okay. Move this. Okay. First, I'm going to make sure that I can loosen this. Okay, beautiful. That's great. So now I'm going to add my sauce first to the plate. Isn't that amazing? How brown the sauce is? Amazing, no? And that without any animal products. I'm going to add a little bit of sauce on top. I'm going to chop a little bit of fennel just to decorate it. These are my cranberries. And then I'm going to add my fennel. Just too big. Okay, so this is my holiday meal, okay, which is basically made from pinto beans, but we call it the vegan holiday roast with fennel, steamed fennel, and cranberries with mangoes. Okay, and the sauce is an orange rosemary sauce. That's it. So that will be on next week's menu as well. So you guys can practice for it, and so you have something to cook for the holidays. Okay, good. So that actually concludes my cooking for today. I hope you enjoyed it. If you have any questions, let me know. I'm grateful you were here. And by the way, I almost forgot about this. You know, since the last challenge is obviously done, the 7-day challenge, but the next challenge is going to come in January 2nd. That's going to be the 28-day ultimate Eat Like a Vegan Chef challenge, and I'm going to put out more information throughout the next few days. Okay, great. So can you post a recipe so I can make that for Hanukkah? Yes, I will. I will definitely, Stacy. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, that's why I thought I had to bring something up so that we can have a holiday recipe for all the holidays. You know, for Hanukkah, for Christmas, for everyone who celebrates holidays now. So absolutely, I will post it. Yeah. Deb is saying, I never really thought about food as a science until this last year ago. There's a nutritional aspect of things to balance, but on the chef flavor side of things, um, one needs to know how to balance the flavors and the things, how they alter and combine with flavors and other ingredients. Um, you hit the nail on the head, absolutely. And that is this, we will get there. This is, you know, it is too much to train you this all at once, but I will get there. You know, this is because if you, let's say, if you could look in my head what I would, while I cook this, I actually mirror what I was cooking throughout the holidays over the last 20 years. So there was never anything vegan then. I'm not vegan for life. I became a vegan many years ago, but I've been cooking many more years. So all these years when I was cooking with meat and duck and whatever it is, we were cooking French cuisine, classic cuisine, and so it's there's a lot of little nuances where you can add flavors, subtract, or change flavors, and we will get there. It's a lot, but it's that's why I added a little bit of orange sauce, because orange is always traditionally used for the holidays. And rosemary is just a nice accent. Okay, great. Thank you so much, everyone, and I'll see you. I see the members on Sunday for our batch cooking, and if not, I'll see everyone else next Thursday. Thank you, and have a good day.